And I think I am live. Hello, hello. Welcome, welcome. I'm Amanda, the Scriptastic Crocheter, and I hope you can hear me. Let's see if I can just get my little things sorted like I want it to. Just making sure everything is how I want it to be. Go. So I'm hoping people will find me. I'm not in a hurry. I'm gonna hang out. I'm gonna have fun. And I am going to pack some yarn. Why am I gonna pack some yarn? Because I have places to go. And, well, I need to bring yarn for what I'm doing. So, now I did something. What did I do? Oh my. Hello, Suzanne. Welcome in. How are you doing? Good to see you. Hope you're having a good day. Did I do what I wanted to do? I don't know if I did what I wanted to do. Maybe. I think so. Oh, wow. I've been gone from here for a few days and now I don't know what to do. That's awesome, right? Oh well. I have this little cute bag, or bags, that I need to pack. This is actually beach bags, I guess they were sold as. This is like, I don't know, it kind of gives me scuba diver gear vibes. It's like a very thick and squishy material. I want to say that I've seen people like going fishing with these like boots and pants type of things that's like in this material. So this should be like waterproof somehow. But I got these because end of season, I guess no one's going to the beach. These works perfectly fine as notion pouches to just put your crochet hooks and other things in it, right? So that's what they're gonna be. I also have this humongous bag. Oh, there's my knitting needles that I don't use. But I have this big bag. Some of you have seen it before. And we need to fill this with yarn because I'm going. Hello, hello, the mutton. Welcome in. Do you like yarn? Because that's what I'm going to be doing. I'm going to be filling this with yarn and things because I'm going to be out and about all day tomorrow and I need to bring yarn. There is a knit cafe here in town tomorrow, but it's not just a knit cafe, it's a knit all day cafe type of thing. So it starts at 10 a.m. and it's going until people don't want to be there anymore, like 8 p.m. or something. And I'm going there with a friend that lives very close to me, the girl I went to forage for mushrooms with a few weeks ago, or is it a week ago? No, a week and a half ago? I don't remember. But it's my mushroom picking friend that I also got to know through this knit cafe. And I've also apparently talked my mom into joining, so my mom is going to be hanging out with me tomorrow as well. You're from the UK, that's awesome, that's cool. I am in Sweden. So I need to, I guess, get some crochet hooks, everything I might be needing there. I need yarn, I need options. Because most of the projects I have right now, it feels like they're big. And I don't feel like bringing a lot of big projects, even though I have a big bag. Because they don't really travel well. Some of my projects definitely don't travel well. And I probably have a lot of plans for a lot of yarn. Like let's get some new yarn projects going. I don't know what. I don't know anything really. So I figured I have this evening to figure all of this out, and hopefully you can help me figure out some new fun ideas and plans of things I can do. You've always wanted to come to Sweden? Well, if you ever come to Sweden, you can always stop by and say hi. I am really curious if I should bring one of these. I don't know if this is yarn I should bring with me or not, because I haven't figured out a project, but maybe I will figure out a project as I'm there, maybe. So I was thinking about just having one in the bag, just because, in case I figure something out, if that makes sense. Because it might decide to let me know what it wants to become while I'm there. And I do have 10 of these really big skeins. I don't know the specs or anything because it's a wrong label. It isn't even Lion Brand yarn. I've talked about this before. This is Red Heart Super Saver Jumbo, I want to say. And it's ombre. Hello, May! It's been a while. How are you doing today? And evening, David. Good to see you. Oh, awesome people to come and hang out with me on a Friday evening while I need to sort out yarn. So yeah, I'm thinking this needs to become a blanket. What pattern? I don't know. But maybe it will let me know tomorrow. Because I have plenty of hours, I have plenty of people around me. I know there's going to be a pop-up store as well. I'm most likely not going to buy any yarn because it's, from what I could tell, the pop-up store that will be joining at the Knit Cafe tomorrow is mostly hand-dyed, different type of sheep wool. And if you know, you know, I'm allergic to animal fibers, so I will be making sure that I have plenty of allergy meds in the bag with me. Okay, from previous years, I know there's going to be other fibers in the air. There's going to be a lot of fibers in the air. I know I've changed, like, because it's kind of a little house. It used to be the house where like a minister used to live, or a priest or something, way back when. So it's like, it used to be someone's residence, right? So there's plenty of little rooms. And previous years I have had to change between the rooms because people has been spinning their own yarn. There has people working with alpaca, which I'm highly allergic to, so allergy meds is a must for me. I can do it. It's no problem. I just might have to like go out for some air, change room. Yeah, it's gonna be fine. But the yarn store, as far as I could tell, like, they pretty much just do hand-dyed stuff, and hand-dyed animal fibers. So not for me, unfortunately. It's not the lady that has been there previously, which I really, really enjoy hanging out with her. She's really cool, and she usually has some fibers that I actually can handle, but I'm not gonna be yeah, I don't think she's coming, but one of those goes into the bag. And if, let's see, can I get the bag up on the desk perhaps? So you did see the skein. You can't really see how big this bag is, but I probably could fit, well, in here I could definitely fit 3 next to it, and then there's more space. There's a hole here, and then another hole here, and then there's plenty of space in this. Do we see it better like this? Maybe, yeah, possibly. So, I can definitely get a few projects with me, so I can pick and choose. How my day has been. My day has been pretty good. I did some baking for today's, or for tomorrow's thing as well. Because it's about 50 people. I want to say people because it hasn't all been ladies previous years. We've had a couple of men. We have a couple of knitting men, which is awesome. But we're about 50 people, and everyone gets to bring a little bit of something, like cookies, baked stuff, and then there's going to be like a buffet table full of all of the things that we make, so we can like pick and choose for whatever. It's like potluck, but just cookies and baked goods, which is awesome. Because I'm in Sweden, we love fika, which is coffee and cakes with company, pretty much. Huh. Hello, ABD, good to see you. Food, when can you come? So yeah, I have done some baking. Actually something really, really simple. Like, it was the most simple thing ever. And I can't really say that I actually did some baking. Apparently it might be some viral thing that's going on TikTok. But it was suggested to me the other day. And the thing was that I was only supposed to make it to try it, really. Like, for mini-me, and yeah. So I wasn't planning on bringing this to the event tomorrow, but I figured why not, because I don't need to eat all of it. So basically what you do is you take a pack of potato chips, I guess potato crisps for some, but potato chips, the really, really thin one, just salted. Really thin, crispy potato chips. And then you pour them out on like a baking sheet paper, something. I put it in a bowl because I'm messy, so I mixed everything in a bowl and then I put it on the baking sheet and spread it. But it's just two things. It's so simple. It's potato chips and it's milk chocolate. So you melt the milk chocolate and then you pour it into the chips and then you just stir it until the chips just shrink and break. I think most of you guys might have tried it with cornflakes, like cornflakes and chocolate, to make like cornflake, what is it called? We just call them cornflakes kaka, which is basically a cornflakes cake. But it's milk chocolate and it's cornflakes when you do that. And in this case it's melted milk, chocolate and potato chips. So you got the salty. And yeah, so you just mix that, spread it on a baking sheet. I did pre-cut some and then put it in the fridge to cool it down. That's what I'm bringing. So, did I do baking? I don't know. You tell me if that is considered baking. Yeah, you have Rice Krispies. Exactly. Something very similar to that. I would say. Okay, I'm actually considering bringing this. Should I be working on this? Okay, Rita, if you're poking in and looking, because I don't think she's here at the moment, but if she's here, she can look away for a bit, because this, well, she knows about this. I should have, you know, this is for her mom. It's their yarn. So, Rita, look away. Should I bring the poncho that I'm working on for Rita's mom? We have a poncho in the making, and so far we have not much done to it. But I could bring that. I think it should travel pretty okay. It's not that big, and I do have a fairly big, easy skein to work with. It is a little messy looking, so I don't want to move it around too much. But maybe I can put it in there securely somehow. Ziploc bag, perhaps? The chip sounds like Lay's original yellow bag. What? Maybe. We do have Lay's here, and I want to say that that might be what you're thinking of. So yeah. I think they are similar. So yeah, I could bring this. I don't remember what hook I used, so I will have to look at that and try and figure out what row I'm on. Either way, I need to remember that this one exists, because I did sort some stuff recently and I found this in the bottom of of a basket, so it kind of has been a little bit forgotten. To be decided on that one, but it's here, so it is an option, but I'm not going to put it in. You prefer easy projects for socializing? Yeah, I kind of do that too, but that one isn't too difficult. So I could definitely bring it. What do I have in this? I have a travel bag. What do I have in the travel bag that I've been doing? Okay, so I've been working on this. How much do I have left on this? This feels like it needs to come. Because we have a little bit of blue. Oh, right, it's a shawl. I was like, what is it? Is it a poncho? Is it a shawl? It's a shawl. And you probably have seen this before. This is what it's looking like now. So we're going from white to light blue to darker blue, and then now we have this dark blue. Hello Rosie Posey, good to see you. How are you doing today? So this is small and simple and easy, and I think I know what crochet hook I've been using for that. So I just need to make sure that I get the hook with me. And that's the hook for that. So that's good. Here is some other hooks. I want to say that I have other things that I need to bring with me here somewhere. I want to say there. Important phone charger needs to come with me, and I'm not bringing this bag with me. This is the bag Rita made for me, or Rita made, and she gave it to me because she said it's mistakes. I was like, I don't care about mistakes. It's beautiful. What she said is mistakes. We see houses. The pattern is houses, but on the other side, the houses are upside down, so she can't sell it. I think it's really cute. And I don't mind having upside down houses. So, phone charger is important. That needs to come. We need to bring the hook for this project. Are we bringing this as this is, or are we moving it over or something? Let's see, what do we have? What hook is this? 3. I don't know if I'm bringing that. We got some stitch markers. Hey, let's move that to the side. Big scissor. Nail file. Necessities. Very important stuff. Oh, right. So here we have my out and about crochet hooks. I want to say I'm missing a size. I think that's why this one is here, because I don't think I have a 3 in this. Let's see what I have. I know this is a 3.5. Hello, Shaman. Hello, hello. How are you doing? I have 2mm, 2.5mm, and I want to say 3mm is brown, and I don't see that, or like a copper. I do have 2 4mm, another 3.5. Okay, so I don't have a 3. I have 2 5s, 1 5.5 and 1 6. Okay, I have more hooks than I probably need, and I don't think I'm gonna need a 3, so I think I'm fine with these, to be honest. So let's keep hooks in here for simplicity's sake. So I think I had all the hook sizes that I need. One side European, the other Australian. What are you talking about, David? I don't know what you're talking about. Am I missing out? I am from Sweden, and I am picking some stuff up to crochet tomorrow with a bunch of people. So I need to make sure that I have stuff. I need probably that one. I don't know why, but I feel like I need it. What needles do we have in here? Just in case. I have a bunch of big needles and I have the small needles. Okay, that's good. I should be good with those. So what else? Oh, the bag. The Australians are upside down. Oh, that's cute. So, what stitch markers should I bring? Because I have a few. I have these plasticky ones. I have plasticky heart ones. I have this small container. I have this container. I don't know what stitch markers to bring, but I need some stitch markers, obviously. I'm not the biggest fan of these light bulby ones, but I have a bunch. So I could go for those because this is easy. I don't even know what I'm going to use stitch markers for, so I guess it's just good to have some. I don't know. Let's bring this one. It feels good. Right, so I should probably put this crochet hook in with these crochet hooks. And I don't want to bring that scissor. Where's the new scissor? I got a new scissor. Where is it? Here. In the bag I got from Juan. I haven't tried these scissors yet, so I need to try them. These that travels. Okay, like this. That looks like, bring the smallest box of stitch markers. I don't think I need to worry about the size of the stitch markers since I'm gonna put them in this or the other one. But I want to say that these scissors feels better. So stitch markers, scissor, not that one, needles. Okay, so we have that. Is there anything else I might need? I don't know. Because I don't know what projects I'm going to do. I'm probably good if I put down, how about I take one of these little notebooks. They're just clear pages. I'm going to carry it. It's a big bag, but it's a carry bag. So I got these in the advent calendar. So I could use some of these. Cat like fish, or the owl, or a bird, or a bear. So I could bring one of those and a pen just because it's handy to have something to put notes in if needed. Let's go for the owl. The owl's cute. So pen and notebook in case, I don't know, something. And for convenience, I think I'm going to do this. I have so many places to put stuff in the bag, but how about I'm just going to, for easy now, put crochet hooks, notions, charger. And just do like this, so I have that in one place. Feels like a good plan, I think. And we're gonna put the shawl down somewhere. So what else? What else should I bring? You have a pair of those scissors, but yours are just chrome metal, no color. Yeah, I haven't even tried it, so they might not be good. I don't know. No money needed. Sweden is a very digital place. We don't really use cash, so everything is used. We have Swish, which I guess is similar to your like Cash App and stuff. But it's like a direct transfer, and it doesn't matter what bank you have, like you just do a swish and the other person has it like instantly, or we pay by card. But yeah, I don't really, there's even stores here you can't even pay with cash. Sweden is very cashless. I want to say that one of the hooks that I just had out needs to go in here because it lives in here. Normally. Do I have... I wonder where I put the other 3mm. What do I have in here? Just big hooks? Yeah. That's not a big hook. What hook is that? A tiny hook. My smallest hook, 0.5mm. But I don't know how small the other small hook is. I have another small hook. Is that one smaller or not? 1.75. So it's bigger than the 0.5. But this one has a case or like a cover. But it's not at all as tiny. I'm probably maybe good if I bring my water bottle. But I don't know if I can pack that in a good way. Maybe. Like I'm going I'm going there, like there's gonna be tea, coffee, all of that is already there. And then most of us go for you know, to a close by restaurant for lunch. Some go to the store and pick up something like sandwiches or something. Some bring their own food. So it's a very, you know, you can do whatever you want for lunch and dinner if needed. So I'm probably just gonna pop in the store and buy something because, or like for snacks, I'm gonna get that on the way there. But now yarn. So I have the shawl and I have a green skein. Does the lava poncho travel good enough to go with me? Maybe. Maybe. Let's see, how big is it if I fold it together? Because the skeins are not that big, or the cakes. You can't even see the black one because it's black on black, but it's the same. So they are easy to bring. And crochet hook is the same as the shawl that I just already put down in there. So I already have a hook in the right size. So I should be fine on that. But it is starting to get big. So, can I fold it? I probably should be able to. It's not that big. It is very pretty though. So I bet if I bring it, there's gonna be some questions about it. Yeah, I think I can squeeze this into the bag in one of those holes. Fairly easy. So yeah, that one could come with me. Awesome. But I still want to have something new. I want to start something, and I'm not sure I'm going to be able to figure out something with that green yarn. So what have I been thinking about making lately? I have been thinking about making something for Minnie's dolls. Possibly a new doll blanket. I made a doll blanket for her in the past that she has for her doll bed, but that one's left with her dad. The doll bed, because she got that from her grandma. So that stayed at her dad's. Because it was from his parents. So I'm thinking about making a doll bed for, or a doll blanket for here. But she doesn't have a doll bed. And she mostly has Barbie dolls. So I don't need a lot of yarn to make a blanket for Barbie dolls, I guess. I didn't bring her hand warmers. I made hand warmers or wrist warmers for both of us, actually. These are mine. And I made pretty much the same thing for her. Or I did hers first. but hers is only green, and I think you can see that there's striping going on in mine. Because I was double stranding, I was holding the green yarn that I had for hers, and then I had another yarn as well in mine, because I thought they looked cute together, and I wasn't expecting them to stripe like they did, but it looks really cute. So hers is just this really pale mint color, and I think you can see that there's like whitish spots and bluish in mine. So yeah, I have those. And I have one skein left of the green yarn. I was thinking about making something out of that, but I haven't figured out what. And I did use one skein to make hers and mine. So I could get about that much out of that. Last time I went, I did pack the bag full of so many things, and I didn't even look at them. But I had plenty of cakes, like the cakes you can see behind me over here. So cakes like that, I had a bunch. I had other yarns as well. I guess it just depends on what what mood I'm in tomorrow, but I don't know that until tomorrow. So I might just be sitting doing the shawl or this all day, but I want options because it's gonna be a long day. So what options do I have yarn wise? I have plenty of yarn. Do I have anything that speaks to me a lot right now? I've been in the mood to make another asteria. I don't know what yarn to do the other asteria in. I don't know why I'm in the mood to make an asteria. And I don't know what yarn to pick anyway, so I don't know. Oh, and if you don't know what an asteria is, I can show you. Because I have made a bunch. And they're all just pushed in to a corner. That one. Or that one. Or that one. And I don't know where my... Oh, wait. I have the humongous one over here. The big, big, big one. It's even so big that I'm going to back up so you can see it over here instead. Because it's like a lot bigger than the other ones. I think you can, for size reference, see that the ones that I'm just putting down on the bench is a lot smaller. Because they are. But I did use double the amount of yarn for this one. Or I doubled the cakes. Because I use one cake of yarn to make this. And I had 2 cakes of yarn the same color and just held them double stranded, making that one. So I have that pattern in mind. I've been in the mood to make one. But I don't know what color next one should be in that case. Or like why I'm in the mood to make one in the first place, because I've only done... Oh, what is this? What? Mini-Me has hidden stuff in here. This is normally on my living room table. What else is she hidden here? Because it's like cavities in this. I have a piece of plastic. I know where it's from. I just didn't expect it to be in here. Okay. Oh. Crochet hooks are attacking. But yeah, so there's behind the petals, there's like, they're attached, but there's also a cavity from behind. So there's places to put stuff in. Good hiding spots, apparently. Where was I? I just got sidetracked about finding stuff in this one. Yeah, this one is usually on my living room table, but that one's full of toys at the moment, and I haven't cleaned it. She did leave here this morning, so there's plenty of toys that I haven't done anything about. And I have, here is 4 Asterias. On top of these 4, I have made one that is that I gifted to mini-me grandparents on her dad's side, and then I have made 2 for a designer in London. So there's that. I guess I like the pattern. I just don't know what color I should make the next one in. Yeah, this is just a plain red, no color changes. Very Christmassy, like a big Christmas flower. And is it infamous or is it famous? But yeah, the VJJ one. Due to the colors. I did use or make this one because it matched the carpet, or like the floor rug and the couch and stuff in my old place. But that is furniture that's still in the old place with my ex. So there's that. I kept this one though, but I'm not using it. It's just here. So if I would make another Asteria, should I make it sunflowery? I do have a yarn that looks like a sunflower to me. But I guess I would have to do it from the other way, right? Start with the brown and go into the green and make an Asteria that looks like a sunflower. Because I think that would look really awesome. The thing with this one is though that this was a limited edition one and this is no longer available. And I really like this one. So I'm not sure if I want to use it for that. I love the idea of making this into something sunflowery. I just don't know if the Asteria is the right pattern for it. Or maybe that's exactly what it is. It's just like, I wish I could get more of this colorway, and then I could make one into an Asteria. But yeah, this is no longer available, so there's that part that makes it a little bit like precious. Then again, like, I can't just sit here and have yarn that I don't use. It's just certain yarn colors and certain feels extra special, and I want to have the perfect pattern or the perfect project for it. So am I overthinking it? Should I just use it? Because I don't know if I have another yarn that I'm like, oh yeah, I can use this colorway for an Asteria and think it looks good. Like, I have plenty of cakes. I just don't know if one of them are like just screaming that that's what they want to become. I do have another option. Because I have this stack of yarn. Is this all of them? I think this is all of them. So I have this stack. This used to be 2 mandala cakes in colorway Niffler. And mandala isn't a yarn that is easy for me to get since it's, well, I'm in Sweden and this is definitely not Swedish yarn. So I have been thinking about making something special with this yarn, and I was thinking like mandala could be cool, or an Asteria could be cool to make with these. I have no idea how big or small it would become. I just don't know how this yarn is to work with. And it's 2 cakes that I have cut and color controlled. So I want to say that the cakes actually started both with a little bit of this green, but I put that to the side so that I could start with the yellow. So it's going to be going from yellow to orange to pink to purple to darker purple to more purple, the tealish blue, and then it goes lighter down to this light green as the last color. But yeah, mandala, regular mandala I want to say, yeah, nifflers. So that's what it looked like with the green first and then going through all the colors up to green again. I just cut it into pieces. Or do you guys have any other good ideas of what I could make with these ones? Because the only thing that I'm thinking of is an asteria. I just don't know what to do with all of these asterias, as well as like I'm realizing more and more that I don't have that many like wearables that I actually wear. Magic Frog Crochet, I love your name. Welcome in. How are you doing this fine Friday? I made a bunch of tops. I've made some dresses. I've made some ponchos. I don't really wear them because I don't really go out much. And I feel like I wear those for more like special occasions when I actually go out, which isn't that often. It's not something that I feel like just popping on to go to the store. So, make a functional item. How can I make a functional item out of this yarn? Like, what would it make good? Because I can't use it in the kitchen because it's acrylic. A bag, wouldn't it be floppy? I don't know. You've been talked into trying to make a hexagon cardigan, but you're scared? Hexagon cardigans are fun. I made a hexagon cardigan that's this big. Maybe I should go get it. I made it the other day. And I think you can still hear me while I go get it. I can't find the doll that I made it for though. But I made it for Mini-Me, and I found her finger warmers. I made a hexagon cardigan that's this big for a doll. So, it's very simple to make a hexagon cardigan. And, yeah, not my finest work, but hey, it's for a doll. So not too bothered. She's probably gonna mess it up pretty good soon anyway. Like the doll's fingers got stuck when she was trying to put it on. So she was a little frustrated about that, but that was kind of expected. You made your sister dragon scale backpack with day glow colors and it was cute. Is that a colorway of like this yarn or something? A lap blanket. Of this. I wouldn't have enough for a blanket from 2 mandalas, would I? That would be a really small blanket. I think. How much yarn is this? So 150 grams, that's 300 grams. 1,045 meters, or 1,080 meters. Yeah, that doesn't sound like a big blanket. I just don't think this is a lot of yarn, so I don't think it's going to be a big project. And that's like, should I make a wearable? It's not going to be a big wearable. It feels like I could maybe get something from Mini-Me out of this. I don't know. Maybe I just don't know. I'm not that familiar with yarn that is this thick. Most of the yarn I use for wearables is a lot thinner. So I guess I just don't know how big things might turn out. Because I don't have a reference, really. Or, like, just not enough. I just haven't used it enough. Because when you use something often or a lot, you kind of get a little feeling of like how much it can become, or you know. But I'm gonna move those to the side because I was talking about the wrist warmers that I made for Mini-Me and myself, and now I have both because I got hers. So here you can see what it looks like with this just green, and it is a little bit of an ombre. So you are seeing correct if you're seeing different. Like here's a darker section. This one looks lighter here and a bit darker over there. So that's exactly what the yarn. Oh, you can see more that there's darker here and lighter here. So that's what this yarn actually looks like. Mini-Me has 3 ponchos and she's not wearing them. Well, the last poncho I just actually need to sew in the yarn tails. So that one's pretty much finished. So hers and mine. So we're kind of matchy. She's been running around here in a dress wearing these. She wishes they were longer, that they were like up to her elbow, because she wants to be a princess. So she wants like princess gloves with fingers all the way up, like long sleeves. And like, yeah, that's not what we're doing with this yarn, but maybe one day I will make you something longer. This wasn't the right yarn for that, and I didn't make it big enough. This part here is a little bit, well, it's not so stretchy, and it doesn't go that far up her arm, right? So it, you know, the arm gets wider, it kind of stops, so you can only get it up so far. So even if I'd make them longer, she couldn't get them high up enough up. Susan Burke, hello, hello, good to see you. It's been a while. How are you doing? Hope you've had a good day so far. Should I bring these or not? I know I would start with this in that case. So I guess I wouldn't have to bring everything because I don't think I'd burn through all of it in one day. If I figure out what, I don't know. Ladybird, oh, you've been live. Thanks for for thinking of me now, but don't worry, sweetie. No, don't worry. I'm just as bad. I always forget to look if there's people out there, and I'm just like, yeah, let's go somewhere. No, I don't do it. So I don't blame you. I think this one needs to come with me. Or should I find another colorway? Bring a project you can finish in the huge chunk of time at the event. Well, I don't have a project that I could finish. So that would mean me starting something and then finishing it at the same time. I don't have anything that I actually could finish, even though like it's a long day. So far so good. You had to go and get a test and then you went to get groceries. Well, that's good. Groceries are good. A hat and a scarf. Do I have any good yarn for that? Is a good question in that case. You go there. Awesome. And that goes there. It looks slightly messy, but I'll deal with that later. So looking at what we have right now, it looks something like this. Plenty of space still. As well as this one doesn't really need to be in that one. It could be in the lid. There's plenty of pockets and places to hide things, so. There, that one is. So I'm looking at my little rolly cart thingamabob that I'm rolling around with me, that I have some yarn on it. I could bring some of that. I've been working a bit on a project that I have in my own bag. See my pretty scraptastic bag? I have like a cardigan, something that I started a long time ago. Some of you might have seen this and actually remember it, but it's me trying Tunisian crochet for the first time. So I have been doing that a little bit recently, but I'm not going to bring that because I'm not going to bring 2 bags. Even though this is a really awesome bag, I'm not going to bring that as well. But it's here. Because it's been happening. I'm just looking at the yarns I have here. The trio blanket, of course, isn't, it doesn't travel well. This is what it's in, you guys. That's the blanket, and then, where I have the three skeins of yarn in here as well. So this one doesn't travel well, but this is what I have the blanket in. So yeah, that one lives on the floor because it is here. So, do we have anything fun in here? My little rolly cart. I have projects that I ran out of yarn for, so that's no fun. I have cottons that I want to try. I just don't know what to do with them. Like, I have these. I don't know what they want to become. And these 3. Or the 2 of them. So I don't know if I can figure something out with that. So how long is the event? From 10 a.m. to probably like 8 p.m. ish, or until anyone just well, until people don't feel like being there anymore. Maybe I should bring some extra hooks just in case, because I have, you know, certain hooks and certain yarns are better together. Yeah. Sometimes you get issues with yarn don't gliding over the hook good and whatnot, so I'm just curious of like what the color looks like when they are worked up, so I don't know what to do. I just know that it's I'm curious about the colors. And I know that they are the same colorway, psychedelic, but I want to say this one, yeah, this one is a different dye lot than the other ones, so there's a lot of difference in that one compared to those. So I don't know if I should just use those 3 together and that one for something else, because they are different. And these are only like talking to me because they're here and I look at them all day or every day a little bit. While I have plenty of yarn behind me that I don't look at as often, but might be more fun than these, honestly. Just that I have been curious about how these colors work up. But I'm not feeling these today. They gets to go back. Because I don't think I will figure something out with that. I'm more in the mood of getting some pretty cakes out. And I'm only bringing stuff because I don't know what I'm going to be in the mood for. So I just want to have some backup plans. But it would be nice to start something new. So what is everyone doing today? How has your day been? And what are you working on? Hello Mona, it's been a while. How are you doing? Hope you're having a good day. So let's just take a look. So if I would do another Asteria and not use this one, what color should I make it? Let's see if I have any fun options. I don't know if any of those would look good for that. I don't think so. I think those are better for something else. And I don't think I'm in the mood for those either. I do have 2 of this. But I don't know if what this is gonna want to become. Asteria purples, are you talking about this one purples? Because this one has also purples. It's got pinks and purples and blues and black. This is Halloween twister, and the other one's just a regular twister. Yeah, regular twister. Berry something, berry sorbet. I don't remember, but we've got very, very light pink, lavender, blue, pinkish, and then like a purpley color. So I'm packing a bag, Mona, because I'm gonna go away tomorrow all day for it's a knitting and crochet event, and I'm gonna be out of the house all day. And I know that sitting with one project all day is gonna be boring, or I'm gonna have to, you know, have some options. So I just wanted to bring some extra, so I can pick and choose, because I don't know what to do, to be honest. Popeye guys, hello, hello. How are you doing today? Good to see you. Are you crocheting something fun today? So far I have 2 whips. 2 whips and a green yarn that possibly maybe wants to become something. So I have a blue, where is it? A blue and white shawl, and I have a lava poncho. So I need to do something more. Or I need to have options for when I get bored of these. And I don't know what the green yarn wants to become. I'm only bringing it because maybe I'll finally get the idea of what that wants to become. Other than that, I just need some, you know, some backup yarn. Something to do something. Because, I know I'm probably not going to touch these yarns, but just in case I figure out something, you know. So, I just don't know what to bring. And I don't know what to do. There's been so much large projects for a while now. And they don't travel well, so I'm just thinking, like, do I have any small projects laying around that I forgot about? Maybe. I don't know. Possibly. So what are you guys making? What are you working on? Give me some ideas. Maybe I'll figure out what I want to do from what you're doing. I don't know. I'm not going to bring any stuffing. I know that much because that's annoying. If I'm going to make a blanket for Minime's dolls, what yarn should I use for that? I guess I could make a blanket for her dolls with like this or something, but I think that might be too big because there's a lot of yarn in this one. A mini stocking, advent bunting. I don't know what that is. Advent I know, bunting I don't know. Stocking? Are you talking, that's socks? I don't know. You want to try and make dishcloth with the stitch link double crochet. Oh, the stitch linked double crochets? I've done something in linked double crochets. It's been a while though. Maybe. Some small socks. That's what you're saying. 24 small socks. You kidding me? That's like asking you to make granny squares. Like proper granny squares. I know how much you like those, right? Just, you know. So the yarns that's talking to me right now, and I don't know what to do. What? Oh right, I have that one. I forgot about this one. Oh, okay, I guess I'll take the one that jumped on the floor. So these are kind of talking to me in a way. I just don't know. You're gonna be making granny triangulars in January. I have no idea why you're doing that. Did you feel like you did something wrong and you need to punish yourself? I don't know. Hello, Lizzie Best. Welcome in. Okay, so these are kind of talking to me a little bit. I don't know why. Because I have 2 of this and 3 of that. So I kind of feel like I need to make something large with that, and I need to make something that isn't too large, because if I run out of yarn, I'm out of yarn. I can't get any more of this at the moment, so I don't feel like making something small is the right way to go. And then I have this one, and I only have 1 as well of this. The neon would make an awesome mosaic blanket. Well, I would need something to pair it with, and I don't have that. I only have this. So a mosaic would be difficult, because that would require another yarn that I don't have. So I have 1 of this. It could be fun to do something with that. About what? I do have 2 of this. And I was thinking about Mini-Me's dolls. Like, I could make a blanket probably out of 1, or maybe not even 1. She's just not a pink girl. So I don't know if she would be happy about this as a blanket for her dolls, because it's pink, and that's not her favorite color. And maybe the gray is going to be enough to not be too pink for her. Do you feel Mini-Me's pain? You don't like a pink either. What about a cardigan? Well, I don't know what I would make it. Like, I don't think this is enough to make a cardigan out of that one. And I don't know about wearing those. I feel blanket. But 5, like, how much yarn is this? I don't know how much. So total 500 grams, 1500, 1600 something, I don't know. I have meters at least. Make a doll blanket with the blue. The blue. Are you talking about this one? That's gray. Does it look blue? Maybe. A bolero, are we talking about those, or are we talking about this one? This one is mint. This one is the, yeah, it's mint. And this one is ube. So this one has the same mint green in it as, or almost. Very close. Close but no cigar. 6-day star blanket. Yeah, I have done the, not the 6-day star blanket. I've done a version of it, and I was not happy about the pattern itself. I have a bit of an ick for blankets that's not square and rectangular. I don't really do round blankets either. So I did gift that one to Rita. Rita has the star blanket, or Rita and her mom. And I don't feel like doing that again. Like, I don't know. Am I weird for feeling a bit weird with blankets that's not square or rectangular? Is that just a me thing? Because round blankets, like, how do you fold them to look good? How do you fold a triangular blanket to look good? They don't fold well. And they don't feel good. Maybe I'm very OCD about this. You also don't like weird shaped blankets? Okay, so I'm not the only one. Thank you. Thank you. It's just odd. I don't know why, but it makes me feel a bit, yeah, I don't know. Like all of the yarns here, like it's not yarns that I can get. So why am I playing with the yarns I can't get anymore? Like these are special yarns. I can't get them. And still that's what I'm pulling out today. I have plenty of yarns that I could get more of if I need to. But no, that's not what we're looking at. So I'm making it extra difficult for myself. Just because it feels like I have to take an extra couple of turns to think about these. To make sure I actually do something with them that I'll be happy with. Or that I have enough yarn. Cowl for winter. I wouldn't use any of these yarns for that. They're not soft. Maybe unpopular opinion, but these aren't, well, I guess the ice cream yarn is soft, but the other ones, no. Maybe I'm too picky, but yeah. Oh, I can show you the yarn I used for these wrist warmers. So for Mini-Me's wrist warmers, I only used this jade, and I think you can maybe see that this has a little bit of an ombre thing going on, that it's lighter and darker. Can you see that? So that's what I did, and for Mini-Me's you got only the greens. And for mine, that got this stripe effect, I did double strand. I had this together with the Buena Vista that I've been really like wanting to try, but I couldn't figure out what I wanted to do with this. So I just decided to hold them together. So that's what I did. And it apparently stripes very well because it's a very similar type of stripe on both of them. There's a little bit of a difference. It's narrower here than here before we get to the blue, but I really liked working with these together. And this is light green, so it blends in very much. You can see a little bit of the white, but you don't really see green in this section. You see the blue. So that's the yarn I used for that, or that's what I used that yarn for. They did turn out really good. And the jade is very fuzzy, but you can't really tell that it's that fuzzy. But they're really nice and soft. And I have the watch on now. It doesn't, yeah, you can't fit them together, so I'd have to take that off too, to wear both of them. Not very comfortable to have a watch underneath it. I don't think I'm gonna bring this, but what should I do with this? I have two of this Rainbow Rhapsody Autumn Trails. Is it 100? No, it's 60% cotton, 40% acrylic. Very similar to the other yarns I've used for blankets. I think I have had actually a very similar yarn to this that I already made a blanket out of. A different brand though, but I wouldn't be surprised if they're made in the same factory. This is thinner than the twister yarn, so it does remind me of, oh, what's it called? Is it Sheepy's Whirls? I think. Very similar thickness though. A matching hat. Well, I guess I have yarn to do it. Unfortunately, I wouldn't wear it. I don't think. So it feels like I would do it with no reason. Or, you know. It also reminds you of the whirl. Yeah, it's so thin. It kind of gives whirl, because that one is thinner than the twister. If we look at the twister is thicker, but it's also 55% cotton, 45% acrylic. And I want to say whirl is 60-40, like this one. But like, yeah, with the twister, I have the Friends Wheel Multi. This is the same yarn. I've actually seen that some of these leftover colorways of the Friends Wheel Multi has been relabeled since they ditched the whole Friends Wheel Multi, discontinued them. But I've seen some of the colorways with twister logos on them now. But I think that they're sold out, so there's no more of those at the moment, at least. So that's the same yarn. Just like the green yarn that I have, that I already put down in my little bag that I'm bringing tomorrow. The mislabeled yarn. It just says Lion Brand on it. As you can see, it says Lion Brand, and it has some information about Lion Brand as a company. And then you have blank label. Very blank label. And this was sold as a really good deal due to the mislabeling, because apparently this is not even a Lion Brand yarn, but I think they must be made in the same factory, because how else would they have ended up with the wrong label. This is Super Saver Ombre in like a green apple or something, or green color. I don't know if it's green apple, but it's green. So this is Super Saver Ombre. And some has said that it is probably a jumbo scheme, which I did realize that the neon one I have is a jumbo, so I guess I could look at the stats on that one, because it should be the same thickness. That's a, what is it, neon stripes, and this is ombre. Like, are the stats similar? You guys know better than I do, because I'm in Sweden. This is not yarn I normally get my hands on, so I just stumbled across this, and it was really cheap due to the label issue. What are you thinking me? You were asked for a pair of wrist warmers, but wasn't sure. Just got to go find instructions. I winged mine. I don't know how helpful that is, but I did just do a chain that was a good size enough around, and then I did a row of double crochets, and then I did front posts double crochets all the way up till, well, I felt that it was a good length up here, and then I did a hole for the thumb, and it's actually a little smaller because the thumb is out a bit. So very simple, very plain, basic type of wrist warmer, but there's plenty other wrist warmers out there, or patterns for them. But with the front post, it gets a bit stretchy, so it's like flexible, and it has a good snug fit. It squeezes a bit. Okay, so now we've done some yarn comparison as well, because I just love to geek out about yarn. I don't know what these colors are. It's not my colors. It's not a color I would have picked. It is confusing me a bit. And I have two. So I could make a small blanket from this, but like a baby blanket in these colors feels weird in a way. I don't know, it doesn't give baby blanket colors really, unless you're very, I don't know, what are these colors? Like mustard, dusty, like dusty blue, and then a rust color, and then we have more of a tealy color, and then a beige. And calling it autumn trails, I don't know. I don't know if this is giving autumn. Like, yes, the mustard and the rusty color, possibly a little bit of the tealy and the beige, but this blue, I don't know. It is fun colors in some ways, because it's a very like unexpected colorway, my opinion. Oh well, I can't make up my mind when it comes to that anyway. Maybe I'll bring it tomorrow and see if anyone has some good ideas. Maybe I get some ideas there, I don't know. But I have, wait, do I see what I think I see here? It looks fuzzy here. Is that a fuzz buzz? Because then it's very much, no. Because you get those little fuzzy bits in the whirls when they switch color. You know what? This one's going in because it might become an Asteria tomorrow. I don't know. But that one goes with me. And this one as well. And I think maybe I should be fine with that. I don't want to bring these ones. Pop them up there. I think I have a good start of things that I need. I might change my mind like 3 or 4 times between now and then anyway, but I have time to change my mind. So how about I crochet some? And we can just hang out and talk. You go have fun and say goodnight to hubby. It was nice seeing you here today. Okay, you move and you move so I can move things around. There we go. And try to avoid tangling myself too bad. Okay. Ooh, I didn't do that. I didn't think about this. So, I'm gonna do so you guys probably, well, I haven't explained anything today because I didn't take the time to do that. I have 2 live streams going at the same time, one vertical and one horizontal, both on YouTube. So if you hear me talk to people and you don't see them, it's because they're in the other chat. But I switched around a little bit on the vertical side, so you can actually see my face as well as what I'm doing on the vertical side. normally you can only see what I'm working on, but since I was like doing stuff behind me, I did add the face cam there today. But I only did it in one way, so if I switch around on things on the horizontal side to a view where you can see this better, you can't see my face on the other side. Because I didn't prepare for that. So, is this too small, the little square you see on the horizontal side, or do you want to see it bigger? Because I will disappear on the other side, which I didn't think about, but I disappear. You will only see my hands on the vertical side if I mess around with getting a better view on the horizontal side. I did not think of this beforehand, clearly. So do we want bigger hand thing on the horizontal side? And I don't know, how many people are watching on... Okay, so there's more people watching at the moment on the horizontal side. You guys get to decide. Do you want this view or do you want this view where you see my hands a lot bigger? You get to pick. Majority vote. I guess the vertical people can also have a say in it, but you could also just switch between the sides if you do feel like it. This is what we normally have. Yeah, so this is the view you're used to having. Therefore, you like the vertical side with the face. I guess I could add it. I just need a minute. So I need to do that, and hopefully I'm not gonna get anyone seasick on that side, and I'm sorry if I did. And I will find myself over here. Maybe something like that. Possibly. I think. Okay, that looks half decent. Okay, so now it's the same on both sides. It's better to see what you're doing, and Tam can see you missed a bit. Okay, so now you can see my face on both the vertical and the horizontal side, which is new for the vertical people, but on the horizontal side it is as normal. Did I say hi to you, Lindsay? You just said it looked better on the vertical side. I'm apologizing if I didn't say hi. I did respond to you, but I don't know if I... Oh, okay. It's Friday. It's late. And it's time to relax and crochet. So it's all good. Since you guys saw this blanket last time, which is, well, my most recent stream before this, what is that, like a week or so plus ago, I have worked on it and I've had some color changes. I don't know if it's visible. Maybe it is. We have gone from having, well, there's 3 strands of yarn in every color. And in the blue section, we've had 2 strands of blue and 1 strand of white. So I think it's pretty obvious that you can see that it's 3 strands of blue now, instead of that little strand of white in it. The green and the purple has also changed. So we have no white in the purple, and the green, was it white in the green or was it just light green? No, there was a whitish color in the green. No, wait. The green started in yellow. So there was yellow in the green, there was pink in the purple, and there was white in the blue. So there's no pink in the purple, and there's no yellow in the green. Now we just have 3 like solid colors until we get the next color changes incorporated. But something has changed since you last saw it, because I've been working a little bit on this. It's been really nice to just have this simple project to work on for some time. It's just no thinking required. But I also feel like I need a pattern where I need to think soon, so maybe that's why I'm itching for another Asteria, because that's a pattern where things are happening. Or the blanket patterns I am debating on for the green yarn, with like possibly going for a doodad or a whatchamacallit or something fun. One of my regular hooked on sunshine patterns that I like to do. I don't know. If I should save that green yarn though for like another pattern that, like, I know the hooked on sunshine designs are awesome, so maybe I should save it for when she releases a new pattern or something, because I felt like I've been missing out sometimes when there's been new pattern releases, because I don't have like a lot of yards of yarn to just like whip out of from nowhere that is as like a blanket amount that I know will be enough. I do have some options now though. I have collected some more yarn that could be good for one of those occasions, because I have a bunch of yarn that is just sitting waiting for the right pattern. Just hard to figure out when to use what yarn. But I have more and more come to the conclusion of not just sit and look at some of the yarns, use them, even though they might be limited edition or might be something special or just not easy to get. I guess I want to find a pattern that feels right for it. That's the only thing. But use it, not just cuddle it. Yeah, I'm loving these colors together. It will be interesting to see how it looks in the end. But this is what we started at. These look really bright just because it's very light colors compared to what we have now. But we started with pink, white, and yellow. And the yellow, as you can see, shifted over to green. And the pink got some purple, and the white got some blue. And then there's a couple of places where we have, here you can see that there's a transition, not as sharp as the transition here, even though the green is kind of making it a little bit more like fading together, because we did get some green before we got some of the other colors. But the other transitions here are definitely more subtle. Yeah, and we do have the latest transition. Very, very recent. Oh, that's where I was. But the green will just continue to be green. A different shade of green, but not that much darker than what we have here. It's like a yellow, a minty, and then another minty green pretty much. The pink going into purple will go into a darker purple, but still very similarly like a lighter purple. The blue going in, or the white going into a bluish teal will go into a very dark teal. So that one will have the biggest change in colors, because it's a really dark color, the last one. But I think that's gonna be fun to see how that turns out. Just because, you know? So what are you guys' plans this weekend? I've only talked about that I'm going away tomorrow, and we talked about the yarn that I'm gonna bring. I need to double check that I have hooks that is a decent size for things, but I have the same hook size for the lava poncho and the shawl, so that's easy. And if I would lose that hook, I can't do either of those projects because I only have one hook of the right size for that with me. Which is fine. I shouldn't be needing two hooks of the same size. I'm pretty good at keeping track of the hooks that I'm using, so. The hooks I have lost has been hooks that I have lost to projects that I have kind of forgotten about, more than actually losing them. Not losing them in the couch eating it or lost elsewhere. Watching college football tomorrow on TV. Ooh, nice. Is it like your local team playing, or is there like some type of playoffs or something? Bigger final coming? No, school just started, right? So it's beginning of the season, I guess. So it shouldn't be end of season big finals. Because I'm guessing that would be like the end of the year or the end of the semester or something. Bigger final type of games. Your local one. Oh, that's nice. Do you have any people that you know is playing in this game, since it's the local one? Like the neighbor's kids or something? It's just the fact that it's your local team, and I guess it has a little bit of an extra thing when it's your local stuff. Home games. Just, I don't know what the equivalent, because it's like a small scale, but like you're feeling more, like the only thing that I could kind of describe the feeling, but it's not the right word for the occasion, but you know, you feel a little bit more patriotic, but it's not patriotic, I guess, if it's just like your local city team or something. Or would you say that? Because that feels like it's more of a country thing, or like a bigger scale type of thing. You probably have a better word for it, but I think you at least might understand where I'm trying to get with it. I have started to get to the point where my nails are interfering with my crocheting. It's just a little bit on the on the edge now. My nails, I love having long nails, but when they get to a certain point, like especially with this finger, I start hitting the nail into the hook and it's kind of interfering a little bit, I guess. So it just makes me having to crochet slower. I can still crochet perfectly fine. It's just I'm losing a little bit of my speed and my momentum, which isn't the most pleasant thing at times, just because I'm so used to having the speed. It has more than 81,000 students enrolled to your university. That's a big university. That's huge. 81,000? And they are all like on campus, or is it some people doing like study from a distance or something? Like, is that even possible? And what? I guess you do everything in a totally different scale than we do here. But we have quite a lot of a smaller country. The whole of Sweden has like 10 million people and is the size of California. So, yeah. Maybe we have like that amount of, yeah, we probably have more than that amount of people like studying at the university, but we also have like plenty of universities spread out over the country. So there's no one university that has even close to those numbers. But I can't honestly say how many people would be most enrolled for in-class. So 81,000 people. I'm assuming campus has room for, or like you must have multiple campuses or something. That's just ridiculous amount of numbers. But that's got to be like a big city university, right? Now I'm actually curious. Where's my phone? I need to Google. How many people is studying at the university that's closest to me? Or like, yeah, like in the town, that's the town that Rita lives in. Okay, so the exact amount of students enrolled at the moment in the city of Uppsala, which is the city where Rita lives in. And this is not to one university. There are several universities in that city. The exact number is 54,521 students, and that's spread over multiple universities, but only 28,702 of them are full-term students. So the other half, because it's pretty much half, is part-times or like distance studies. So only 29,000 people are full-time students living in the city or like living close enough to commute. Of course, some of the other people might be staying there, but they're like not full-time students. And how many universities are this? Because I know that there's a bunch of different universities in there. There's 4 universities I think in that city because it's a really big. It's like Sweden's 4th largest city. So Sweden's 4th largest city has 50, like a bit over 50,000 students in total for the whole city, not just like one university. That's a bit of a difference. I don't know all the the universities in Uppsala. I know that there's like the regular big one that has like all the basics, and then there's like agricultural university. And that one is all, farming to just eco studies to like becoming a veterinarian. Um, so it's a bunch of different like nature type of studies. Like the birds and the bees, but not that type of, but the birds and the bees are a part of that. And the trees and some classes are on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, and other classes are Tuesday and Thursday. 81,000 for this one campus. And it was only 44,000 students when you went, so you went to that college in the past, and it was like half the size at that time, so it's doubled in size in a bunch of years since you went there. That's some growth. But is this the only place in your town, or do you have multiple different ones? Early 80s. Well, it's a couple of years, so over the time since then, and yeah, a lot of things happened. Like, there's a few cities in Sweden that's really famous for their universities, and Uppsala is one of them. But I don't know if it's the place, like, of course, Stockholm, the capital, has a bunch of different universities spread out over the city for different type of things. Like, pretty much anything you want to become, you can become there. But then there's a couple of specialized ones that is better in other cities. Like if you want to become a veterinarian, Uppsala is the place to go. They have the best vet school in the whole country. So, of course, people will come from, nationwide to go there. But, like, you can become anything in Stockholm. Even though, like, if you want to become a veterinarian and you live in Stockholm, you'll be commuting because it's about an hour with train. So it's a lot of people do that travel daily. Nothing wrong with that at all. Or like it's a very, very common thing here. But we have good transportation systems like that. But like 81,000 in one place. I need to know, like, how many students is there in Stockholm? Just because. Or like Lund, which is also a very big place. Lund, I got Lund. Okay, so that's a big place as well. They have about 46,000 students in total. And that's Yeah, that's a big place there. And Stockholm, the capital. Okay, so the capital of Stockholm, and I want to say there's over 1 million people living in Stockholm. I don't know the exact number at the moment. But the all over the different universities, because there's universities and then there's well, I guess it could be considered like similar to college. Like it's we have a bit of a different system here, but about 70,000 people studying in Stockholm at the moment. And of those, about 30,000 are full-time students in 2024. So last semester there was about 30 full-time students, and I guess 40,000 that is part-time or distance. Hello, Rosie Posey. How are you doing today? Good to see you. So we don't even have the amount of students in the whole of the region of Stockholm as you have in one college. Like that's amazing. Like how many people are living in your city? Or I'm guessing some people are like traveling to get to that college. But now it's like how many people are living in Stockholm? So Stockholm has, oh, okay. We have not just like we have the capital and the a little bit of a surrounding area, but we have 2.5 million people. So out of 2.5 million people, there's about 70,000 people studying, which 30,000 of them are full time, and you have one college campus with 81,000 people. uh, like in perspective, that's a big difference. Oh wow. You're not sure about the city population? It just, for funsies is a fun comparison, I guess. Is your city just built around that college? Like, you don't need to name the city if you don't feel comfortable or name the college, but, like, I'm curious to, like, how big of a city do you live in? Like, are we talking about, like, big city? Like, I don't know, LA size? Or, I don't know. So what's Rosie Posey doing today? Do you have any fun plans for the weekend? Are you behaving, or is it mischief on your end today? I will be spending all day tomorrow with yarn and people. I missed out on the knit day last time. I was supposed to go. It was my birthday weekend and I was sick, so I missed out. I couldn't go, but I'm going tomorrow. So that's gotta be fun. Oh, there we go. Oh. I just kind of just remembered something, not like I could easily forget it, because this has been a week and but I was thinking about kind of just venting about it earlier, but I've been so focused on yarn, so I kind of forgot. But sometimes you just feel like some people don't get what they deserve, or they get more than they deserve, or they get stuff that they don't like. I don't know how, because you know, karma happens to people and they get exactly what they deserve, and then there's people that get stuff that they shouldn't have to deal with all of that stuff, you know? Because some people are just so unlucky, and I don't know how you can be so unlucky that all of this happened, like, in a very short time span. I don't know why or how, or, you know, sometimes you're like, oh, you're just so lucky, go buy a lottery ticket. But when it goes the other way around and you just get shitstorm after shitstorm or something, like, you don't go buy a lottery ticket, or you buy a lottery ticket and hope stuff changes. So Mini-Me's dad was driving home last week. Yes, last week, not this week, last week. He was driving home. He's studying at the moment, so home from school. And he was gonna go and pick up Mini-Me at daycare. And I was on the phone with him, and his car made a weird sound. And me, with cars and my previous history and all of that, I freaked out. So I freaked out to the point of, like, you go drive yourself to the workshop right now. You get a mechanic to see it, and I'll go pick her up from daycare, even though it wasn't my day. I was like, yeah, no. I'll go pick her up. You don't worry about it, right? So I went to pick her up, and he went to the mechanic, and they're like, yeah, you shouldn't drive this. Like, we don't have time to look at it right now, but we can't recommend you to drive it out of here. So he left the car, and he called his parents. His mom came to pick him up. So he got picked up, and then he drove his mom back home to her place. And he got to borrow their car, because everything was pretty much closing for the day, so getting a rental and whatnot, it was just not right this minute, you know, figure it out tomorrow or something, talk to the insurance company and all of that fun stuff. So he borrowed their car, and then he came and picked up Mini-Me, and we went to McDonald's, because I wasn't planning on picking her up, so I was like, I haven't had any time to sort out the food situation, I need to feed her. We went to McDonald's, he picked us up there, it was all fine. And since all of this, just like car situation, stressful, I was like, I'll take care for a few, while you're figuring stuff out. You don't have to worry about her getting back and forth to daycare, and rental cars possibly don't having car seats for kids and stuff. So nothing weird at all. And the mechanic, they were like, well, we don't really have a time slot to fix this right now or look at it. We need to, like, get it in, troubleshoot it. We can do that about, like, the 29th. It's the 26th today. This happened, like, a week and a half ago. Right? Like, Wednesday, not this week. Like, last week, I think. Or was it? Yeah, last Wednesday. So, we just figured, like, they can have the car there. He could have his parents' car for a few days while he sorted out the situation with the rental and whatnot, talking to insurance companies and stuff. So the plan was for him and his mom to go and get a rental car Monday. So he was going to go and pick up his mom, go so that she could get her car back. He could get a rental, and then wait for the car to, the mechanic to look at his car. So Monday, on his way home from school, driving his parents' car, another car bumps into his car on the highway. So now he has his parents' car damaged. And his car broke. Within less than a week, Wednesday and Monday. Like, really? He's never wrecked a car. Like, the car wasn't badly damaged. The mirror on the side fell off, and there's mostly just scratches on the side because the other car was trying to, I guess, pass him on the highway, so it was like coming and then it swerved over, so it just hit him on the side and scratched it, kind of, if that makes sense. So it was just like some type of that type of connection, so it wasn't bad at all. Both of them could drive their cars away. It's pretty much just cosmetics, right? Life with Paige, hello, welcome in. But just the whole, like, if you never had problems with cars, and then two things in very close, I don't know. People say that accidents and stuff happens in threes. Like, if something bad happens, there's got to be something more. There's always the three. But do we have to do it this bad? I have been really freaked out. Like, my anxiety has spiked this week. I have been, like, I am scared to go into cars again. I've had issues in the past. I don't trust cars at the moment, so I'm not comfortable at all. Like, I've been sitting here today with, like, panic attacks and stuff. I was like, yeah, I need to think about something else. Like, I could have been here talking to you guys probably like 5 hours ago, or like 5 hours before I started this stream. I've just tried to, like, breathe and get to a point where I could sit here and talk to you guys. So it's just been a lot. And you guys are helping more than you could ever imagine. So I'm happy that I could just sit here and talk to you guys. But it's been a week. You're working on a top-down raglan sweater moss stitch. Oh, that's nice. I have done a top-down moss stitch. Yeah, I have done one. Are you following a pattern? Because the one I did was following a pattern called Tia Banan, kind of, I want to say. So the population between the two cities is 268,000, including the students, and there's 81,000 students. So pretty much that that college, like, the city was built around the college. Like, that's almost half of the population. Like the buses, you wait for one and three comes along. Pretty much, yeah. I'm working on a blanket, and this is the trio blanket with 3 different yarn cakes that changes colors. You might be able to tell that there's a little bit of a different color here compared to here, because we've had a color change. And it did start, these cakes started with these colors, so we've had color changes going all the way from pinks, yellows, and whites to now blue, purple, and green. And more color changes are coming. But it's a blanket in the making. But it's gonna take some time. 3.5 millimeter crochet hook with a 2-weight yarn. Yeah, about 1/2 weight ish. And in total I had somewhere over 6,000 yards, because it's yeah, it's 6,000 meters, and the yards are more, so I don't know, 6,500 yards perhaps of yarn for this blanket. Very thin. I am not even halfway there. I don't think. Maybe. Just thinking about the colors. I'm not totally sure about how the cakes are made in the colors, because there's three. No, I'm not halfway there. There's 3 shades in each cake, and there's 3 strands of each color. So there is how many transitions? Starting with the white, there's 3 strands of the white first, and then we're dropping 1, so there's 2 strands of the white and 1 strand of the next color, and then dropping 1 white more, so there's 2 strands of the new color. So, and then now we've dropped the first color, so now there's 3, but I don't know if it's all the same, these 3, or if there's actually one shade that's different. I don't think that there's, I think there's all 3 is the same, and then we're gonna have the same thing again. Yeah, I want to say that they're solids. Because they will be changing color again. So are we at the half point now? We could be. I'm just trying to figure out, or I think, of how they might be made up. Or is it just 3 colors in each? I think so. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 color changes, maybe? Or more, I don't know. Could be something like that. Either way, I'm still far away from this being finishing or finished. It will take some time. I'm hoping that we're gonna have some good weather this coming week. It's been raining some, and I hope that there's gonna be some nice weather, because I want to go and get myself some more mushrooms. But I don't feel like running in the woods when it's raining, because the mushrooms are wet, and I don't like that. So I'm just hoping for some sunny days, or at least not rainy, so that it can dry up a little bit before I take a walk in the woods next. But I have a week now with plenty of time for that, so it would be perfect if I could get some time to do that. But with the knit cafe all day tomorrow, I'm probably going to be tired when I come home from there, which is perfectly fine. But if I am not totally exhausted, I might pop in and come and hang out here for a bit. Just so that I can tell you guys about how the day was and stuff. Show what I was working on, if I decided to start something new, or if I just worked on what I already have been working on. If I had anything I could finish, I probably would do that, but I don't have anything. You guys are quiet today. What is keeping your hands busy? Yarn, adulting, or other stuff? Hope you get to have some nice relaxing time at some point. It is weekend after all, or at least it will be soon if you're still working or something like that. Time flies. It's already past midnight. I didn't even realize. That's not too late though. I can hang out for a bit more before it's time to go to bed. Even though it starts at 10 tomorrow, that's kind of still sleeping in. I've had Mini-Me here for a whole week and she, you know, it's earlier mornings and daycare and stuff. Now I can sleep in and it doesn't take me long at all to get there to where I need to be. You love the blanket and the colors? You're working on crocheting pumpkins for your shop. Oh, that's cool. Tuesday you mowed your grass. You can't call it a lawn. And then you looked after Dottie. You can't call it a lawn. Is it because it's so small? Is it the size where you could actually do it with a scissor and you don't need to get a lawnmower out? Because it's just a little patch. And yesterday you mowed her ladyship's lawn and you fixed her shed lock. Well, that's nice. So I'm guessing that lawn is a bit bigger than yours, since you're calling that a lawn. I saw one of the weirdest things I have seen in a long time today. I don't think I've ever seen a person hold a pen. Like I saw someone hold a pen in a way that I've never seen it before. And I have no idea how that's even possible. Okay, so I have a pen here. You know, you could normally hold a pen like this. Nothing weird with that. I've seen people like writing like this. I've seen that. I don't know if it's as common. But you know, you can hold it like that. Like that. But have you ever, pay attention, have you ever seen anyone hold a pen between these two fingers? Like so. And write like that? Because I have never seen anyone hold like that and write like so. I was like, I had to rewatch because it was someone on a YouTube video. I had to pause and rewind and watch it again. I was like, how? Why? And it, like, I guess you could hold it like that. I was like, should we try to hold crochet hooks like this? I just got a little bit intrigued. So, I tried to hold my crochet hook like that. It was definitely not comfortable. And I didn't feel like I was in control. So, I tried it and no more. But, like, I guess you can write like this. It wouldn't be that much difficult. Like, the pen is kind of sliding out of my grip. But I guess it depends on what type of pen you're holding. I don't know. It's way more difficult with the crochet hook. Because a crochet hook, you need to keep the head in a certain way so that you could, like I twist it in a way, like I roll it between my fingers, so the hook is twisting back and forth as I crochet, and I could not do that with this type of grip. Yeah, just throwing it out there. It was just weird. So very weird. When you were younger, you had an injury or someone else had an injury to a finger and they had to write that way. Wow. Well, I guess that is a valid reason for having to hold your pen a bit different if you can't use your fingers the way you want to due to accidents or stuff, but that kind of gives you a valid reason. Just holding it like that for the sake of holding it like that, I don't know. But yeah, of course, that could happen. I just haven't seen it before, so I was very surprised. Oh, another classmate. It was weird to watch. Exactly, it was very weird. I guess that's why I had to rewind and like, did I really see that? I don't remember what color I was working on when I started now, but I want to say we've done a few rows. Today she picked you up and you went shopping, and then you looked off after Dottie this afternoon. Oh, that's nice. Do you have any fun weekend plans? You must be extra dexterous. Tried writing your name with your left hand and it's as bad as your right. My grandpa, when he was, I don't know, he must have been in his late 60s. He got a stroke. So he lost half of, I don't remember if he lost his right side. Yeah, and he's, I guess, kind of a lucky one. Because he could write with both his hands. Because he could do that. So it wasn't hard for him at all to just switch over and use his left side to write with. But when he was in school, you could not use your left hand to write here. I don't know if that was a thing for you guys, or like in the past that was a thing, that was an issue, that you could only use your right hand. So when he was just writing stuff while he was in school, like sometimes he'd just pick up the pen with the right hand and write, and sometimes with the left hand. When the teacher saw him using the left hand, they would slap his hand with a ruler. It's like, nope, you're using the wrong hand. But luckily, he had still, like, he could still use the left hand. I guess he used it to write with over the years, even though he couldn't use it in school. But, like, he was just as good using the left side. So when he got a stroke, he just like, okay, I'm just going to use the other hand now. And now they can't slap my hand for it because now I have a medical reason. Like, okay, he was almost 70 when that happens, so no one's gonna slap his hand for using the wrong hand anyway. Um, it's not like being back in school. But some people, I guess, can do that. They can use both their hands. I can't. I have been thinking about like trying to see if I can teach myself to crochet with the wrong hand, but I'm like, I'm so comfortable just crocheting like this. There's no really big reason for me to like try and use my left hand to crochet with, or like hold my hook. At the same time, it's like, it might be a good fun challenge. I think it would frustrate me a lot though, because I crochet so fast normally, and I know that speed would not happen crocheting with the wrong hand. So, is that something you would like to see me do? See if I can try and learn to crochet with my left hand? Oh, I can see myself being a bit frustrated, and I might be showing that frustration. I think it would be hard to not show that. It was a thing back then. People who write with both hands are called ambidextrous. Oh, so it's the same. Yeah, I guess we didn't translate that. That's the same word in Swedish. I wasn't sure what you'd call it. Tomorrow you're going to a book sale and taking plenty of bags. That's nice. Let's hope you find some good books. Any specific type of genre of books that you would prefer? It would be interesting to see if I can do it. I wouldn't be able to do it with a very thin yarn, I don't think. Not to start with. But I'm definitely not going to try it now. I'm actually feeling that I'm starting to get tired, and I'm surprised, because normally you guys know I'm a night owl and I'm up all night, but it's been a week, it's been stuff going on, I've had mini-me, so I guess I have all the reasons to be tired, and I do have to get up fairly early tomorrow, so maybe it is time to start wrapping it up here soon. Last time you brought about 3 dozen hardback books for less than $10, or £10. That's a good price. Did you have time to read all of them books? Or did you just get them to look at them? I'm not the one to talk, you know, I have a bookshelves full of yarn that I'm only looking at, so I'm not the, you know, not the right person to complain about you not reading the books that you buy. Like, are you collecting books or are you actually reading them? Because I know that you're playing around with a parachute, but reading books, I don't know if I thought that that was your thing. You just noticed that I hold my hook different than you do? I hear that very often, actually, that people are not used to seeing this type of, I guess, pencil hold. I've had people actually leaving the stream because they can't stand it. And that it looks weird, or like also people being like, oh, finally someone that holds the hooks like I do. So there's all sorts of ways you can hold your hook, and also ways you can react to how people hold the hook. I know that my holding is a little bit different, but I have these hooks that has a little bump on them, so I kind of just roll it back and forth, and I also use this finger a lot to like kind of count how many loops I have on my hook, unconsciously, like if it feels right or not. Like I know that I have two, so I need to, it just happens. It's, I guess, what I do. So that's why you see this finger going back and forth, because it's like just double checking if it feels right. Or to keep the loops in place as well. Some yarns do have a tendency to glide off, so when you're trying to pull through like two and still have some, like sometimes you just get through all of them at once, or that they slip off the hook all in all, you know. So it kind of holds it in place as well. But do you hold like this knife, stabby type of way? Sometimes I can be like holding with those two fingers as well. Not always that the pointer finger is involved. Guess it depends a little bit on what I'm doing and how fast I'm doing it. Because with this, it's kind of going fairly fast. And not all my projects can be worked up this fast. But it's very simple with just double crochets and chains, so speed is a little easier. Your hand on top, like a knife. Knife grip, and I have a pencil grip. There's a few times where I use more of a knife grip when I work with thick yarns, or when I'm making like amigurumis and have to get the hook in a weird angle for certain like pieces to connect or something. I have had to alternate to save my wrist a little bit, because sometimes you just need to get in really weird angles when you're doing figures and stuff. So I do feel like that is a time where I would knife hold, as well as if I'm doing something with really thick yarn and a tight stitch, or like where I feel like I need to push because I really want it stiff and tight, the tension. So I definitely would need to use force for that, and there's not a lot of force as a pencil holder. I do have a loose tension, so it's just very nice and smooth and fast most of the time. Loosey-goosey. You say crochet the way that's comfortable for you? Exactly. I definitely agree. But sometimes, you know, it could be good to alternate for different reasons. When I learned to crochet, I think I was pretty much, yeah, I want to say that I was knife holding, and then I figured out that this was more comfortable, so I kind of switched. Then again, I learned to crochet when I was in school, and I wasn't crocheting for a bunch of years, and then when I picked up the crochet hook again, about 6.5 years ago, I want to say, I kind of had to relearn a lot of things, because, you know, I didn't remember everything from when I was a kid, watching a lot of YouTube videos and reading patterns and stuff. I didn't really think about how I was holding my hook. I just picked it up and it felt more comfortable to hold it like this. So I just continued. Mostly about ships, but anything that takes your fancy. So it could be like reference books with pictures and stuff for like when you're doing scale models and stuff. You need ships. Perhaps that's not books that you really read in the same way. If it's full of pictures, it's more of a flippin' pictures book. Not 600 pages of like sci-fi or fantasy or okay. That's not what I was supposed to do. 1, 2, 3. Well, I finished that row and now I have switched color. Now I'm going to get my stitch marker back in here, like so. And I am gonna say goodnight to you guys because yeah, I'm tired. It's been awesome to hang out. It's been fun as always. Thanks for the company while I was trying to find yarn and trying to figure out what projects to bring with me tomorrow. It's been nice to hang out for a bit again. It's too long between the times we get to hang out. If I'm not too tired tomorrow, if it's not too late, I'll be popping in tomorrow. So, you know, you can always keep an eye out. That's what we're leaving it for tonight. I love you all. Bye bye. I hope to talk to you guys again soon. And I hope you have a great rest of your evening or day or morning or something. It's 12:30 a.m. Bed is calling my name. Bye bye.